similar that was to ways teams have played him in the past and what you guys needed or wanted to do better?
Yeah, we haven't seen that type of double team this year. Credit Chicago for being very aggressive, trying to take him out of the game with post frontals and immediate double teams. And with a new group, we didn't adjust to it very well. When we did, we missed open threes on the backside. But we turned the ball over too much and had too many bad possessions early on, trying to get AD involved. Part of an 82-game season with a new group is, all these guys that are new to playing with Anthony, trying to figure that out and understanding how, what we want to go to when we see a defensive like that.
Frank, what do you think is most important now as you embark on this road trip, without much of a break in between? You just get tomorrow as a travel day. What do you think you got to come together around?
Yeah, we welcome the road trip. Be good for us. We've been struggling. A little bit up and down. We're fighting for consistency, and changing the environment should be good for us.
Frank, you bring up the double teams that Chicago had. Is the counter more about how you guys shot tonight from three? Yesterday you guys were hitting your threes, or is it more there needs to be more motion, needs to be more movement around AD when he hits those double teams?
Both.
Frank, I know this has been a day-to-day thing, but what's the probability that LeBron could play on Wednesday in Milwaukee? Is that on the table, or
day-to-day?
Frank, the way the Bulls shot it today, obviously teams can get hot, but how much does that fall on the defensive execution of your guys on the perimeter?
A little of both. You know what I mean? I thought there was a lot of good possessions, where they made a tough tough three. And then there's a lot of times we're trying to double team two super hot players. Zach's been really hot, so we're trying to take the ball out of his hands, and Lonzo gets going on the backside. We try not to double team DeRozan early because of what Zach and Lonzo look like on the backside, and he gets going in his one-on-one. So they're an extremely difficult team to guard. Put a lot of pressure on you, and give them credit for shooting the heck out of the ball.
What happened when a guy loses his shoe like AD did, and what caused the second technical foul for him to be ejected?
Yeah, I mean,
allowed to stop and let him do that, or they just keep playing, or how does that actually?
Yeah, I think typically, the ref will wipe the ball, let the guy get his shoe on, have some common sense, quick inbounds. AD said that's BS, okay, which happens about 15 times in the NBA, every game. Okay, quick tech, ejection. I don't know what to say about that.
Played, it's early October, played minutes to get your career high. Where did you find the win? How did you keep it that high, and how did you feel physically?
I was just trying to go out there and play hard. We were down, so just trying to, keep fighting was the main thing on my mind. Just trying to, give my teammates a boost in any kind of way.
With how aggressive Chicago was with AD and just small and swarming, what do you guys have to do better as a team to either get him going or complement what he's trying to do better?
Just figure out a way to, kind of use their defense against them. Try to use their, like scrappy, kind of, swarming defense against them, and trying to just make them pay. I feel like, just it's something that we got to look over again, and just try and get better from it.
Talon, what do you put your finger on when it comes to the Chicago Bulls perimeter shooting tonight? They had it going from the outside.
With the shooters that they got, with Lonzo being an improved shooter, just seeing what he did, he went 7 for 10 from three. So, they get him up too, at a high volume, and they were hitting tonight. So, when the team's hitting like that, you got to try to do whatever you can just to stop them. They were just falling for them tonight.
Talon, you always knew you were going to be slated for a bigger role this year. I know you guys are hoping that LeBron is back this week or soon, but are you getting a sense for just how much more that you personally have to do on the court without LeBron in a game like this?
Well, coming out especially with him out, you always know that you got to play hard and kind of make up slack for, with a big, piece of our team being out. So just any way we can to try to, make up for him being out. We just all got to, bring our games up to another level. So that's just it.
Hi, over here. Long trip coming up here, pretty tough trip, it looks like. Can this be a chance for you guys to bond, to kind of, get together on the road?
Oh yeah, the road is definitely a place for us to where we're gonna, our bonding has to, come together, and just the whole team camaraderie just has to, gel a little bit more on the road. And, we're gonna be just with each other, so you have no other, choice but to, kind of get that chemistry up. So we're just gonna try to, get better from here, get better every day.
Taylor, what was the matchup with Alex like for you? Was that weird at all at first, and was it kind of fun along the way too?
It's fun. It was fun outside the fact that we lost, but always going against your former teammate is great. AC is a great player, and he brings a lot to the table, and I'm just happy for him to get what he deserves, and that's all I really can say.
Something together that would highlight if the Lakers were just better in the third quarter. The difference in some of these losses that they've sustained already. Not that, over the course of a long season, new guy, all of the changes they're going through, they're not going to be consistent, right, in their performance. But to come out in the third quarter night after night after night after night and not be able to find a way to just bring the focus, the intensity, the effort, the execution, that's not just, figuring out rotations. Like there's something else that's holding the team back from being better to start the second half.
Minus 89, third quarter point differential is the worst in the league. And that's what the conversation we were having while we were watching the game. And you brought up a great point. And you're like, what if you're just middle of the pack, 16th or 17th? You're probably 3 wins better, right? I mean, it's that brutal of a stat. And you're right. When it happens once in a while, you can blow it off. You can give excuses. But when you see it a lot, Big Game James, and it's kind of been a theme for this team, they got to look into it. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a virus. If you cannot take a break, reboot, refresh yourself, coach give you a third quarter game plan, and you not be able to have the energy. Seems if they have more energy at the beginning of the game than they do at the third. And we all know that the first and the third are vital, especially the third. If you have a lead, you wanna enhance it. If you're need to get some buckets and grab some defense, you do that. But that's been an issue with the Lakers all year long, and something they're going to have to address. And it's not all about the coaches; it's about the players. Sometimes meeting right there in that huddle before they go on the floor and saying, "Hey guys, look, this is what we have to do." Hadn't gotten there yet.
Fish, let's talk game plan for Chicago. Obviously, they like to play fast. They got the great defensive guards. They're not even without Vucevic so far as well in this game. They had a different big three that we will get to. But the doubling of AD and kind of forcing the Lakers to play a different way and shoot a ton of threes. And by the way, the Lakers were great from three just a day ago. Shot 48%. It's crazy how basketball works. Today, their worst percentage of the year with 18%.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers are a dominant team in the paint with their size. Russell Westbrook's ability to get downhill and get into the lane, and then obviously Anthony Davis has been dominant at the center position once the Lakers have gone small with Melo at the 4. So to come in tonight, the Chicago Bulls decided we're not going to allow Anthony Davis to dominate this game, in particular in the first half. So they took all of his paint ability away. Anytime he touched it below the free throw line extended, they sent a second body, and then the length and activity from their guards and wings, it allowed them to get back in rotation. And essentially with Russ or Rondo, that was the guy that out of their rotation, he would have been the one that had to take the three. And the Bulls decided they were going to live with that tonight. And it worked out for him. AD got more aggressive in the third quarter, caught the ball basically at the nail. The Mavericks used to put Dirk Nowitzki in the middle of the floor. Harder to double team there. He made some mid-range jumpers, but never really dominated the paint the way the Lakers needed him to in order to get some easier opportunities.
Yeah, he had a weird exit to the game